Last week, he made history, dominating a dozen of top grandmasters with a record performance.
Dominated the whole thing.
Magnus Carlsen says that Vladimir is very difficult to play against and that he plays chess a bit differently than other top GMs.
Maybe to some people my ideas are a little bit weird.
Vladimir Fedoseev is now number 17 in the world, but a couple of years ago he was not even top 50. But he often came close to breaking into the chess elite. Twice he was the World Rapid Vice Champion. He was the semi-finalist in the World Cup. What changed now that helped Vladimir finally skyrocket his rating?
At the age of 27, I finally understood that
Vladimir is also one of the leading experts in the world in Chess 960 or Freestyle Chess. He recently began the European Chess 960 Championship with 10 straight wins and finished first with 10.5 out of 11, nearly a perfect score. We've discussed the secrets of this chess variant.
I would not be surprised if best players of the world know first moves in any position already.
Vladimir is Russian and just like me left the country after the invasion of Ukraine. We've discussed how he decided to stop playing under the Russian flag.
You need to choose, and at such dramatic sequences, you need to choose what you are doing.
Finally, we've played a fascinating Blitz game. Do not miss this episode.
Yes, that's what I said. If anybody is playing chess professional way now.
Congratulations on your recent successes. How are you feeling freshly having won this tournament in an impressive fashion, to say the least?
Yeah, I can agree with that, that it was impressive fashion. It's actually a big impressment for me as well. I didn't expect anything like this to happen, but maybe partly this success was due my rest period of a time. So after Weissenhaus, I didn't play in any tournament for a couple of months, and I was really focused to prepare for this specific tournament and this specific lineup.
How do you prepare specifically for such tournaments? It's Rapid and Blitz, and I know that many top players say that it's really hard to prepare Rapid and Blitz, that they play like any openings, don't really prepare. What about you?
Yeah, in my opinion, to be successful in those formats, it's very much obliged to create some kind of Rapid and Blitz repertoire. And this is not a new idea, it's idea of Alexander Morozevich. He explained it lots of times in newspapers. And I believe many of the top players, the strongest top players, they're having this kind of well-built repertoire for Rapid and Blitz. And so in my case, I also was focused to choose openings I want to get on board, and also specifically was focused to understand that in this tournament we are having players such as David Gavrilescu and Veselin Topalov and Bogdan Daniel Diak. So it's not like full elite lineup, it's a bit mixed. So in those tournaments, it's very important to score against players who are seemingly not in shape. Yeah.
And I noticed that your repertoire, for example, included the Trempovsky. So how do you choose what to play in Rapid and Blitz? Do you choose some lines that are rare, or how does it work? What's the difference between classical and Rapid and Blitz in this aspect?
Well, in Blitz portion of this event, I was focused to get enjoyment of the game, and from my experience, I played quite a bit of training games, and I quickly understood that the quality of play in 5+2 is significantly lower than in Rapid portion, and you can't pretend you are doing something great on board. Against strong opponents, you often get to the territory that you are making some stupid moves, and it's inevitable. And because of this, to play something which is not expected by your opponent was pretty much biggest idea, just to get some time advantage and let's say some kind of advantage in the opening, because you know what you are planning to do for some moves. And therefore I prepared Trampovsky and d4, d5, bishop g5. I played against Gavrilescu. It's well known in the city of St. Petersburg and as main weapon of Gendrich Chepukaitis. He's been Blitz legend of St. Petersburg.
So you were just having fun, especially towards the end of the tournament, and playing some things to enjoy yourself and to honor people you like.
Yeah, we can say like that. I've tried to make honor to Chepukaitis, and also I tried it against strong players in my practice, and it worked. So I decided, okay, whatever. d4, d5, bishop g5, d4, knight f6, bishop g5. I prepared specifically for Blitz Persian, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot because it helped me to get a rich play on in those games.
Do you believe that you are stronger in Rapid and Blitz than you are in Classical? Because you've been, for example, vice champion of the world in Rapid. You did have very many impressive results in Classical chess as well, but the latest one, for example, this tournament was Rapid and Blitz. So do you think you play better with limited time, or what's your opinion on this?
Historically, I'm having lots of great results in lower time controls, but my classical chess also not to be underestimated. I'm pretty much focused on my classical chess progress right now, and it's my priority. Therefore, it take some practice to get in shape for this tournament, and I can say that, for example, in Weissenhaus, we played lower time controls after weekend there, and I had no time to readjust myself to a new reality and to get in shape for playing lower time controls, because there is some specific applied, and you need to be in shape to play with shortened time controls. It's different to classical chess, and here I took my time to prepare for Rapid and Blitz. Yeah, I was in a good working mode for Rapid and Blitz this time, and I'm happy with how it went, but also how I prepared to the tournament, and how focused I was on the road to this tournament to get in shape for Blitz tournaments and Rapid Persian as well.
How exactly do you prepare besides the opening preparation? Do you play some training games in the time controls that you expect to play at the event? How exactly does it happen?
Yeah, in this case, I played many games 5+2 format and 0 games 25+10, because it's okay. 25+10 is semi-classical chess. You are having lots of time to figure out things, and it's been intense. Like for those 3 days we played 25+10, they have been intense and less fun. It's not a fun game, 25+10, let's say. As you can see from my progress in this tournament, in 25+10, I was trying to stay as much objective as possible in evaluation of position, maybe, and as safe as possible, because it was double counted in the tournament. So we were getting double amount of points for Rapid portion in comparison to Blitz. But still, Blitz is to finish the tournament, and in my opinion, to prepare for 5+2, it was far more important due to the fact we are finishing in 5+2 and we are playing a lot of games in a row in 5+2, and it's really hard to play with some kind of reasonable quality of play for 9 straight games in 5+2. I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So by the end of the tournament, you really needed this form, those hours of practice. I've heard that you are a very hardworking chess player, that you have countless training camps where you work 8 to 10 hours per day. Is it true? And how often do you work that much? All the time, or you have some time to rest?
Yeah, I had somewhat like 15 or 16 training camps overall in the past 3 years, and maybe more than 6 training camps last year, and specifically built exercise for tactical vision preparation and to improve your calculation skills as well. Because at the age of 27, I'm finally understood that it's pretty much no chance I will become a stronger player without big work on my calculation skills. Also on my ability to play for a long time in complicated positions as well. And therefore we had lots of training games and lots of training camps focused on topics of playing in attack and defense, for example, and it was mentioned by Magnus Carlsen recently that I made a progress in those parts of chess chess game in attack and defense specifically. I would say I started to work far more than I did before. And yeah, therefore, probably I'm one of the most hardworking players right now, but I'm not sure in it. I don't know. I don't know how much other people working on chess. I know my amount of time and I know how I work. And I also hope I'm working more efficiently now than others. It was my main focus and target actually when I began to train more and to focus more on chess in 2022, let's say.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain, without giving away any secrets, how you believe you made your training routine more efficient? What changed? What was less efficient?
Yeah, I believed I was working far less when I reside in Moscow, and I was not feeling that I was forced to spend lots of time to specific subjects of playing. Like I was not feeling that I'm weaker than others in those aspects of chess, like for example in calculations and or in playing in complicated positions. Yeah, at the time I had a decent life quality in my opinion, and I've been enjoying life far more than chess somewhat at my ages of from my early 20s to 27, I believe. I probably enjoyed life far more than I should, and I was not focused on chess as much as I should to make it some to make myself somewhat better in chess. And also at the time I was learning many things, many openings, but seemingly I had no idea in it. Like I was learning just because I like to learn new openings, and I was not playing for chess for success. I was playing more for enjoyment maybe at the time. Finally, chess is like my profession. I'm far more professional than I've been, and I think it made a huge impact, and it finally changes lots of things in my play.
That's very insightful from you. By the way, if I may ask, what exactly were you doing in your early 20s when you said you were enjoying life too much? Were you like partying in nightclubs or what?
Yeah, it's been anything, like lots of parties with friends, lots of activities, and okay, I was not addicted to something, but I had far too much freedom in my choices. Like, for example, I would not maintain something like zero alcohol routine at a time, and as for now, I able to do so if I'm feeling I needed to improve myself. I'm able to sort of stop doing stupid things in a daily life. Yeah.
That's very inspiring. So you gave up alcohol completely.
Yeah, many things that I gave up. One of them is alcohol. Yeah, but many things in life I gave up on, and it's also like some obligational sacrifice to become a professional chess player and not to stay with your weaknesses forever. Maybe I would say.
Does it feel like a hard thing now to sacrifice some things in life, but in return, in exchange, get better results? Are you happy about it overall, or is it like a constant struggle?
Actually, it's hard to say. I would say I've lived far happier life a couple of years ago, and maybe 1 year ago I was little bit happier when I've been playing lower quality events, but at the time I could still enjoy some good shisha or alcohol at the time, and I think I've been more happier but less focused on main targets and my development as a player and as a person. Yeah, and now it changed, and I I can't actually compare those things, but still I felt if I will not give my best to chess, then it's very hard to answer some questions for yourself. Why you started to play and why you invested so many hours, and still at the time you are still strong and you can become better player and better person, and you are like choosing the other way to live. But it became hard for me to answer some questions. So I'm really happy I did what I did. So I'm happy I lived how I lived before, and I'm happy now that at a certain moment I said to myself, you need to try your best. In my opinion, it's some kind of my responsibility to people who invested lots of hours to prepare something, some exercises for myself to become better, or who trained me on the road. And yeah, many people invested energy in myself, and I think for them, seeing myself successful, it's also something they want to achieve in life. So yeah, I'm happy. I've changed myself at a critical moment, maybe of my chess career. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing this. Over the last year, I've dedicated quite some time to studying openings, and it shows I've gained a lot of rating. Today's episode is sponsored by Chessbook. It's a great tool that I've recently started using to work on my openings. It's suitable for both amateurs and professionals, even grandmasters use it. By the way, most features are free. Chessbook shows you the most important plans and ideas in any opening. It shows which lines people at your level are most likely to play, so that you can prepare for these lines better. You are also able to connect your chess.com or Lichess account to Chessbook. After this, it shares some cool insights so that you know which lines suit you best. Don't forget to check out Chessbook, the link is in the description. It's chessbook.com/mustreader. They even have some ready-to-learn gambit lines prepared by me. Check out the double Muzio gambit on their platform. And what is your motivation currently? So do you have some big goal in chess that you are looking forward to?
It's hard to say, but I'm really happy once I'm able to play chess with players like Aranyan, Anand, or Carlsen, Caruana, other top players. It makes me happier that I'm able to play with them. And now I'm strong enough to compete with them. And I always wanted to achieve it. And at the same time, I didn't want to play against a lower, like to invest my time in playing those open tournaments and playing with players who is significantly lower in level, but still will play chess very competitive. I'm really happy I get out of it, and I gave up on idea that I can be uh, uh, top player by winning open tournaments. It was extremely important thing for me to sort of say to myself, you lost at this game, you don't need to repeat the same mistakes forever. I'm really happy not to play many games with lower rated opponents now. And at the same time, I'm super happy to face elite players such as Maxim Vashyalagraf, Levon Aronian, Veselin Topolov, Vishan, and time to time, and so on. Yeah, I'm really happy to play with them. From my chess player side, I really want to play with best players.
Yeah, I understand that. And also, you said in a recent interview, I think that you intend to try to get in the candidates. Is it still on the cards?
It's huge for anybody, and especially for me right now. It gives motivation, like to fight for titles, to fight for qualifying to candidates. And at the same time, it gives me no motivation to play some regular open tournaments as I did for many years. And I struggled to enjoy chess this way. And I think I was far less happier over the board than now. And yeah, to get to candidates is one of the goals I have right now.
You are also a renowned expert in the Fischer Random format or Freestyle Chess format. You've achieved some incredible results there, including demolishing victory at the European Chess 960 Championship with 10.5 out of 11 points and 10 out of 10 in the first 10 rounds. So, can you please share your thoughts on this format? Do you enjoy it more than regular chess these days, as many top players do?
Yeah, I think for top players, it's now super enjoyable game due to the reasons they are simply feeling like fresh in this format. But they are still working a lot on specific opening preparation, as far as I know. They're sharing some information, so there is some groups of players. They are builded already some kind of fish random repertoire, I believe, and they know difference between some concepts, and they are working on this game. As for myself, I achieved my results in fish random before the huge competition started, and now. To play against top players in Fish Random, you need to work on opening phase in Fish Random for quite a bit of a time to get to their level of opening understanding, maybe. Yeah. And it requires lots of energy in finding moves in Fish Random. It takes lots of energy. And I've been able to invest it against lower rated players in European Championship, and this is one of the reasons I crashed European Fish Random Championship. I had a lot of experience in this game. I've been playing it time to time as a lover at home, and I knew some patterns, but in opening, and also like opening patterns I knew, so I had reasonable strategy, but I also been better player. And once you are facing players like Caruana, Carlsen, Firuja, Pragnananda, Ilgaisi, one after one, and Nepomniachtchi, for example, and they've been prepared for this specific game and specific format, I would not be surprised if best players of the world is already built at some kind of bibliothèque for 960 position, and they know first moves in any position already. So it's a big competition now as well. And I don't want to be part of this competition yet. So for me to make comeback to freestyle format, it will require lots of energy and time investments. And still, I believe people are respecting classical chess and rapid and blitz title far more than freestyle. So I can choose something, but I can't be on all those parties at the same time. I'm not believing I can fight in freestyle, in blitz, and rapid, and in classical. It's not connected to each other, and I need to choose and then to follow my priorities and my goals, maybe. Yeah.
And your priorities are with classical chess.
At the time, I'm not feeling. Yeah. It's not connected to classical chess. It's completely different game, different formats, and lots of games to play against best players of the world on the short amount of time.
And you said that today top players already work a lot on openings in freestyle chess, and that maybe they even already have libraries of best first moves. Do you think that this is completely opposite to the spirit of freestyle chess, because everybody was saying that people will not have to prepare anything any longer? How does it how does it work if you have to prepare 960 opening repertoires?
I believe they are learning concepts, like some basic ideas. They can keep them in mind, and they can recognize some patterns in first 960 position. But you're getting information. You will play a certain position at pairings, and then you are having somewhat like 10 to 15 minutes to think and come up with idea. And I think they are learning patterns. Maybe they are having annotation for all 960 position with ideas and opening concepts. But at the same time, if you are getting informed at the very last moment, the position you will play, you are still pretty much in a new game, and it's very hard to recognize and to remember all specific 960 position, but they are able to recognize some patterns, and they're having idea how to handle openings, I believe, and how to handle opening phase as well, because they play to each other quite a bit, in my opinion, in 960.
And Anish Giri in his tweet said that it would take him 1 year to develop a basic repertoire for all 960 positions, several hours per position. Every day he could have 2 or 3 positions, and by the end of the year he has the complete repertoire. Do you think somebody is seriously doing that, focusing full time on this?
As they are preparing for a huge competition for a huge money, they can have people who are working for them. It's all about money in this process. If you are having money, and if you are having sponsors money, and you want to succeed in this competition, you will do that, and you will focus on that. So I believe, yes, some people are already working on it. And because of that, they knew more than others, and they're feeling themselves in a good spirit and in good shape to play play this game. Yeah. So I think it's huge competition now in freestyle, which is actually maybe harder than for classical chess at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, because Magnus is actively participating.
Yeah, everybody is participating in it. Like all the players now, they are paying attention to be well informed in freestyle chess.
Yeah. Okay, we will see how it unfolds. Let's return to normal chess. The aforementioned Magnus Carlsen once said that, I quote, Vladimir is difficult to play against. He plays chess a bit differently than other top GMs. So I was very intrigued by this this characteristic. And in one of your interviews, you said that you play chess like in an unorthodox way, something along those lines. You said that you play normal chess sometimes similar to freestyle, so you improvise. Can you explain this a little bit more, because it's very interesting?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much focused on finding new ideas and new concepts in the topics I'm working on in the classical chess, and it's not a secret that from my earlier years I was trying to find something new in openings, like to find, like I can say I found some ideas and I started to play them like in Carlsbad, for example, d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, a6. I found it before Russian Superfinal in 2016. And then c4, e6, knight c3, d5, d4, h6. I started to play as well, and now it's quite a popular opening. So yes, I'm focused to find new things in classical chess, and that's what I like about our games, that you can be creative in routine process as well. Like when you're routinely working or on your tactical skills or openings, on anything, you still can be creative, and that gives me joy. And this is maybe my way of thinking about this game, and maybe because of it, Magnus saying what he's saying now, that I'm playing chess differently to other people. Yeah.
Apart from the opening stage, how would you characterize your style? What's different if we compare you with other top players?
I think I'm working now to be more like them, not to like to play chess in a different way. But yeah, I'm trying to try many things in chess, and to create new ideas. But yeah, maybe to some people my ideas are a little bit weird or something unorthodox, as you said. Yeah, at the same time, I'm trying to be very, very good in such aspects as chess, such as endgames, tactical vision, and calculative skills as well. So I think I'm now working on chess in some kind of universal way, like a little bit of everything at the moment. And I believe many top players doing the same thing. They're working a little bit on everything, but for quite a big amount of hours on openings and on calculation skills as well. I think they are paying attention to calculate well or to learn end games and other aspects of chess as well. So I don't believe they are working on their openings. So we will see what is the difference of styles. Yeah, I do have my style, and they are having their style. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody is better. People are different to each other. This is one of the reasons we enjoy chess competition. All peoples are different to each other. Yeah,
definitely. Do you believe that your style in chess somehow reflects your personality? There are people who say that this is connected. So people who are, for example, overly ambitious in life, they are similar in chess. too aggressive, too like, for example, too creative. Does something of that kind can be seen in your chess or some other qualities?
Yeah, I believe what we are doing on the chessboard somehow reflects our character in real life. Yeah, I believe it's working this way. Not only for myself, but for pretty much for everybody, that your moves can be a kind of transcription of your character, your feelings at the moment, and so on, so on. Yeah.
And you said in some interview that you sometimes can be over fighting out of excitement. So this is probably some quality that you have in life, right?
Yes and no. And also, people are changing. I believe that we are able to change ourselves. And then our game is also changing as well. If we are able to change ourselves to a certain way, then it will affect our chess in some way. So we will start to play a little bit different to what we did before. So I believe in changes. And at the same time, I believe in this quote of kind of transcription of character. Like, let's say that everything we are doing in chess is somehow how reflects who we are in real life as well.
Mm-hmm. And you said that you have become more professional. So that means that you are like changing your style as well, right? Playing like in a different way.
Yeah, but I'm constantly changing myself because I believe I'm doing lots of stupid things in chess, and to repeat the same mistakes forever and again and again, it's the most painful thing in life and one of the most painful things in chess. I believe Vidit said once that for him, his focus is on like to not repeat his usual mistakes and not to repeat any mistake twice in chess. So I pretty much agree that this is the most annoying part in chess when you are able to foresee your stupidity. Like you know you did it before and you're repeating things again and again. And again you are getting to some trouble because of your characteristics. And this is annoying, yeah, it's extremely annoying, like to repeat your mistakes. As for me, for example, I was overfight in chess by entering competitions in which I believe mathematically I can't achieve a lot of success. I do not believe with rating somewhat of 2700 right now, you are able to be successful in open tournaments. I think it's almost mathematically impossible to gain rating on a long distance. And I believe pretty much everybody in from the top players right now, if they will play lots of games with 2400s or 2300s, they will lose dramatic amount of points.
Yeah.
And also they will lose their confidence. This is one of the mistakes I repeated for many, many years. I was attending competitions and open tournament competition, and then if I'm played successfully, let's say, I can get as much as 13 points with rating of 2664. I've got in Abu Dhabi in 2023, but this is maximum 13 points. And if things are going wrong, I saw players like, for example, Alexander Predkin, he might lose like 30 elo points in Baku Open last year. This is dramatic because those 30 points, you will not able to get them anyhow. And if you are attending those competitions, you are blocking yourself from getting better invitations and so on, and you are blocking your progress. And since May of 2024, after the last edition of Sharjah Masters, I decide that I'm done. I'm not able to perform really well in open tournaments. I will not beat this competition. I will not become better player by attending it again and again and trying to beat everybody in a mathematically bad situation for me, and where I supposed to lose rating often, and I'm not able to gain a lot of points if I'm performing well. So I started to avoid those competitions, and on long distance it worked well, because I believe I didn't play the lots of games against 2400 since it. Maybe I actually never played a game against 2400. It's to be checked, but yeah, this is one of the reasons of my latest success.
Yeah, for viewers and listeners, let me clarify that why is it mathematically very hard, close to impossible to consistently gain rating in open tournaments? Because there are lots of underrated, talented players, junior players who are rated maybe like several hundred points below you, but they still play very good chess and they can draw even a strong super gem. And then with each draw, those people lose rating, and if they need to play for a win with black, they need to take risks, and sometimes they lose, so they lose even more rating. Even only Arjun, I think, has been able to consistently gain rating in open tournaments. Maybe
only him. He is exception, but this is a rule for everybody. But he is only exception. But exceptions are proving the rules. We know it, and he's almost only exception that he built a style, and he's not playing chess in a way he is objective. He's playing for a win. He's playing win chess. Maybe you know this experiment with Lila Zero, when Lila Zero is playing only for win without a piece, yeah?
Yeah.
And he's playing somewhat like this. It's not like you are playing chess with somebody and you can respect him. You need to play for a win in every game. And once you are forced to play and take risks, it's mathematically big chances that with each fall, you are dropping down a lot. For example, I had this painful experience in Qatar Masters in 2023. I played two significantly lower opponents from India. Both of them are not young. They are 20 to 25 years old, both. And they just scored 2 out of 2 against me. And I lost it already like 18 points in 2 rounds. And also lost at games to sub 2400 players for the first time. In a tournament where cheating was almost wide open, and Magnus Carlsen even protested at the same time after losing his game to Alisher Suleimanov, who had a watch on his hand. And this is actually one of the reasons not to attend those competition often, because they are also not all the time prepared well to maintain a high level of anti-cheating security as well. And this makes this game even less mathematically good than it should be for top players.
Yeah, I remember that game that you lost to a much lower rated opponent, and you suspected him of cheating. Yes, that was in that very tournament.
No, actually, I didn't suspect anybody of cheating. The thing was that at Qatar Masters, organization committee didn't do anything against of cheating. At the beginning of the tournament, they had no control. They were people with phone and cameras in the playing hall. So they did absolutely nothing. Gesture was against it, not against players who played against me and scored in such an atmosphere. Against this, like, how I can be sure that I'm playing a fair game if organizer committee is not paying enough attention to anti-cheating? How we can be sure? How Magnus can be sure he lost at this game fairly? They can't be sure. This is the point. The point is not to accuse anybody of cheating. The point is, on those competitions, if Magnus Carlsen attends any competition, I believe it's a strong reason to prepare anti-cheating measures for this tournament. And they did nothing at the time. It was absolutely wide open, in my opinion.
Do you think now the situation is better with cheating in over-the-board tournaments?
Yeah, I think FIDE and specifically Emil Sutovsky paying lots of attention now to sort of organize our anti-cheating policy at all events. They started to pay more attention after Qatar Masters and already on Grand Swiss of the same year. I believe in 2023 we had Grand Swiss on Isle of Man, and they already had lots of new technique to catch potential cheaters and to monitor if somebody is trying to get signal to the playing hall and so on and so on. And I believe they started to pay more attention after Qatar Masters, after this huge scandal of the same day, and after Magnus gesture and my gesture towards organizer who didn't prepare it at any moment, at this moment to face potential cheaters. And yeah, I believe they actually succeed in last couple of years to create a politic in this way, and they're making small steps after one small steps to improve our anti-cheating measures and anti-cheating policies as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's hope that that they succeed. Finally, I wanted to discuss with you one topic that we have in common, one thing that we have in common. We both left Russia after the war started, the war with Ukraine, and you have publicly denounced the war and changed federations. And I noticed that that this has coincided with some good events for you in the world of chess. Is there any connection? Or is it just a coincidence that you left Russia?
I don't think any connection of it. No, I'm actually not blame my Russian chess education that I had before 2022. At the time, I remember we've been preparing for World Championship in Israel, and I should play for Russian team in 2022. But then everything began. And yes, I changed federation, and then I gave the interview to chess.com. But also, you need to understand translations from English to Russian. They're often imperfect, and somehow you can't be tricked in this way by journalists. And journalists can translate wrong and make wrong explanation in Russian what somebody said in English. But I actually said I don't want to play for Russia anymore, and I left Russia and I explained it. But I explained it once in 2022, and there have been players who explained the same, such as Alexei Sarana, and now, for example, Nikita Vitigov, who is playing for Great Britain as well. He also took a strong position. Alexandra Kostyniuk, who is playing for Switzerland, but somehow it was used to take myself out of all and to make it some kind of exceptional. But okay, journalists are doing their works. Yeah, and it's been what it's been. And yeah, I'm not connecting my recent results to the decision that I left Russia. I'm not connecting. Yeah, I don't believe I would be able to fight like I fought for the last 3 years if I would stay. And also, I don't believe if things would go normally. Things didn't go normally for people from Ukraine, and things didn't go normally for many people from Russia at the time being. And that's why we are now not in our homeland, you and me, for example, yes? Because things didn't go the usual way, and everything changed. And many people are trying to pretend they are heroes. I'm not trying to pretend I'm a hero of some kind. I'm not a hero. I just made my decision. I came and I started to work with good people here. And I believe I was working on a game for last 3 years, and it was one of Yeah, okay. In my opinion, it's almost fulfill my life. And I was able not to think a lot about the tragedy that now is happening for the last 3 years. It's a tragedy, in my opinion, for everybody.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I sympathize with your decision also to switch federations. But for example, I know lots of Russian players who have not changed federation. So neither have I, for example, because many of them believe, even though they don't approve of Putin, and they, of course, condemn the war, and they are not for anything that's going on politically, but they believe that Russia does not equal to Putin, and that this is still their country, even though currently it is involved in a brutal, atrocious conflict, and all those horrible things happen. So, but there are people who believe that still it's not like, it doesn't mean that you should not be able to represent your flag because your flag is not your political regime. What do you think of such point of view?
Yeah, I'm not judging anybody, but yeah, I made a different choice. Yes, you need to choose, and at such dramatic sequences, you need to choose what you are doing. And I choose for myself; they choose for themselves. Yeah, everybody is paying prices for their choices in life, and it's completely normal thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Choice is very important. And chess is all about choices, making choices over the board, which move to play, for example. And as a tradition, at the end of our podcast, at the end of my podcast, I play Blitz against my guests. Grandmasters, top grandmasters usually give me time odds, 1 to 5 minutes. Can we do this?
Yes, let's play.
Okay, so I make the first move, and then we have 4 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
But you need to make your move.
Time is not going.
Yeah, you need to make your
Okay.
first move, and then yes. Now it's running. So now I
made my first move. Now you're making your second move, and we wait for
yeah
till I have 59 seconds. Let's say.
Give 15 seconds. I saw I saw this button now. For some reason, it just disappeared the previous time. So
yeah, but I'm not having it actually. I'm not having this button. I don't know. Maybe I'm still a bit of stupid user in this chess.com because I'm not having plus 15 seconds button.
It's okay. You will need to make another move, by the way, to not abort the game within 20 seconds. So yeah, please make a move. Otherwise, the game aborts. You have 5 seconds to make a move. Oh yeah,
time.
Good.
Yeah, in time.
Now we wait. Now you can wait like until your clock hits. Hits 1 minute, and
until
we start.
It expires. 59 seconds. Yeah, 59 seconds.
Yeah. So while we still have time, while we still have time, I wanted to ask, like online chess versus offline. Are you a fan of do you prefer offline, or are you a bigger fan of online? What's your opinion on this?
Yeah, I'm surely prefer offline chess over online chess, but also I prefer to play, like if you are able to play this kind of esports games, they will be live, but in online, like they will be playing like Counter-Strike and Dota. I think it's a great idea to play online chess live all together. Like if you are getting strong company of players to play together in the internet, but still live. I believe it's better than pure internet competitions.
Have you, by the way, qualified for the final in the Riyadh? in Riyadh?
Not yet, but maybe I will fight for it. I'm still thinking to do it or not to do. But yeah, I believe many people will enjoy this kind of competition. Also, I saw
Yeah.
Dubov and Artemiev was signed by the same team. Nepomniachtchi was signed by Aurora, and many Western players was signed by big companies such as Navi, and such as Team Falcons and Team. What
Team
kind of
Liquid.
team signed Fabiano and Magnus? It was
Team Liquid, I think.
Who?
Team Liquid.
Who signed Magnus and Fabiano? Team Liquid, Team Liquid for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, it's also
drawn lineup.
Also, it's yeah. But many teams are having strong lineup. Navi, for example, they signed Wesley So, Alexander Bortnik, and also someone really strong. Who was their third choice? I forgot. But it's Ukrainian organization, Navi.
Yeah. By the way, you have 1 minute. Please make a move.
Okay. By the way, I can play a move. Okay.
Okay.
Let's begin.
Okay, I remember that I have to do this. Okay, now.
Super.
I think I'm supposed to do this, but I'm not sure. Okay. Is this? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. If anybody is playing chess professional way now, so it's hard to give a handicap. Yeah.
Yeah, but I I forgot my prep. So, okay, probably I'll castle.
Anyway, you are doing great so far. Good move.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, you are sacrificing material.
Yeah, I'm giving an exchange. What to do? Yeah, already quite worse, much worse. Yeah. Okay, you denied it.
Yeah.
I think you still should accept it.
Yeah.
It for sure you are having advantage if you are accepting this
Yeah.
sacrifice.
I thought that I don't want to, but yeah, probably you're right. Okay. Yeah, now you have good square for the knight.
Yeah, now I'm having good position.
Yeah.
Before I was not sure. Oops. Something dropped.
Oops. Yep. Okay. Not good. Mm-hmm.
Draw?
Okay. Because it would
Okay.
turn into a crazy crazy time skirmish. But I would
Yeah,
have
I
lost
don't
some
want
time.
to flag you, and I was not able to win in time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for the game.
Yeah, I
I
don't
should
want
have
to flag.
accepted the sacrifice. I should have accepted it. Then it's
Yeah, for sure. You've been much better. That's for sure. But the question is by how much. It's actually pity. I should have exchanged queens and probably then. But then you would not be able to click on a draw. Yeah, this. Yeah, you could run out of time. Yeah.
yeah, probably.
Because then we would have 33 moves and now only 32. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's
Okay.
+1 according to the engine after the exchange sacrifice. So yeah, I don't know why I
Yeah,
didn't.
+1.
I didn't
But
accept it.
it's fightable. It's fightable. Yeah, I think you
F4 is a
probably thought
mistake.
that it's a good idea by me, but I was A4 is a good move actually. A4 I should have played knight A5, bishop A3 and castle. Bishop A3, knight A5, bishop D6, queen D7. Around equal actually. It's interesting. After knight G3, entrant plays castle, queen G4, king H8, and then F5. I didn't come up with this idea.
Wow. Nice. But it's great. It's like it looks dangerous to castle short in this position for black.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, but it's interesting. Yeah. So in the opening after CD, you knew it, yeah. But
I knew
in my
CD.
opinion,
I knew
G4,
CD.
bishop
Yeah, I've seen
F4,
it.
F3, bishop H7, E6 leading to good endgame.
G4.
Yeah, it's usually leading to good endgame for white.
G4
bishop F4, F3, bishop H7, E6 is.
I see. Yeah.
Bishop
Yeah,
F4,
I've seen this line
yeah.
somewhere.
F3, bishop H7, E6, this is the line. Yeah, queen D6, EF, king F7, and F4 is, I believe, it's ending in a good result for life.
I'll have to study it. Yeah, thank you very much, Vladimir, for the conversation and for the game. It was a pleasure, and I wish you further achievements in both chess and life. And I'm sure that you will make headlines again very soon. So I will stay tuned on your progress.
Yeah, thank you, Grigory, and I wish your channel all the best, and all our viewers. I wish to enjoy our game of chess and to make friendship with the game. I hope that a game of chess can be played in a friendly atmosphere right now and give people a joy.
Great words. Thank you. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. Please comment whether you liked Vladimir, my guest, and what you enjoyed about the episode, what you took away from it. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.